again.
Where, Larry? Where's she gone?
Dr. Joynton. Dr. Joynton.
What's happened, Bukov?
She's dead.
The alarm went. What's going on? How did this happen?
I don't know, the director. The bell sounded.
Beth?
Dr. Joynton was in fantasy. When I left the
You
room...
were in here with her?
Yes.
Everything normal?
Yes.
Fantasy gear?
Yes.
It's terrible, Dr. Joynton. She's dead.
A fairly simple diagnosis. Do I have to spell it out to anyone?
No, director.
Is it the longevity drug?
Yes, Beth. It's failed.
The longevity drug can't fail. I checked the prescriptions on brain link to the computer as usual. They were entirely accurate.
Dr. Joynton took a dosage. I saw her. We all did.
Correct, Bukov?
Correct, sir.
There's been some more carelessness here, hasn't there? Criminal carelessness this time. It seems I can't delegate the least responsibility to anyone in this place. I shall have to send a report to the International Commission, a detailed report. And I want you all to know, I shall treat this as a case of murder. Edith Joynton. Useful colleague.
I look after things here, director.
Yeah. Larry,
Yes, Director?
you are relieved of all duties. Confined to quarters till further notice.
You don't suspect me, sir?
Whatever the fault, it must have been yours. If the prescriptions were correct, and they were, the mistake was in the manufacture. You have the watching brief over that.
But I checked everything out against the instruction tapes, as always.
Be silent. Your error. Your error. Who else could be responsible? You're not suggesting that I was responsible for Edith Joynton's death?
That's not fair. Why don't you all leave Larry alone? He's done nothing wrong.
I beg your pardon.
How dare you speak to the director like that?
Because I'm not screwed up in things here the way you are. I don't have to bow down to little Ting God.
Liz, don't say.
I wouldn't be here at all if it wasn't for them. Stop it. Look, I only
No,
want to say-
Liz, no.
What's going on here? Your relationship with this volunteer seems extraordinarily close, Jean.
Not close, Director. Liz and Simon were just unhappy when they first came here. I tried to be kind to them. They're only children.
Is that all? Beth?
I've tried to get rid of them right from the beginning. They're not the right sort of people for the icebox, Director. I have to report, in fact, that when the emergency alarm went, they were in your office again.
What are you trying to do here? What?
Nothing, just find out things.
There's plenty to find out, isn't there? What about the other computer in the back room of your office?
Shut up.
Well, what's it there for? Doesn't anyone know? She knows. She went in.
I see. It's obvious I shall have to devote more attention to you two. You also are confined to quarters. No, not quarters. Somewhere where we can keep a constant eye on you. The fantasy room, Beth. Drop an electronic shield around them.
Very good, Director.
And as for you, Larry, a check on the computer memory bank will soon make it clear to me where you went wrong.
Whatever you say, Director. What's the score, Beth? Do you think that everything that goes wrong around here can be put down to human error?
There's nothing to talk about, Larry. You're confined to quarters.
Oh, no. Untouchable at last. That's what you wanted, isn't it? Well, you're safe from me now.
I'll never grow up to be like you. Never! Never!
says no evidence of error in operational process, Director. Then
Yeah.
Larry couldn't have been responsible.
The International Commission has laid down certain laws governing the behavior of staff in this establishment. You have studied them, Beth?
Well, of course, Director.
One of them states quite clearly that any emotional involvement among personnel calls for automatic dismissal.
If you mean that I'm in any way involved with any...
How dare you make a pronouncement that Larry was not responsible for Edith Joynton's death? It is for me to make judgments.
But I dislike Larry.
That's an emotional response. Your behavior is extraordinarily like that of the female volunteer, Liz. You must purge yourself of all emotional reactions. Haven't you learned that?
Ever since I took the intelligence enhancement course, I've had only one aim. The objective pursuit of science.
Be that as it may, explain to me your relationship with Larry.
But there is no relationship between Larry and me.
You will cease all communication with him. Now, let us examine the evidence regarding the HA57 dosage to Edith Joynton. Yep, we cannot accept this information as final. A depth check. Yep, that's what we need, a depth check. The computer's operations are often more subtle than anyone realizes.
Very good, Director.
Subtlety. Yeah, that's the keynote. That's the nature of the communication between me and the computer. We set each other little traps from time to time. Did you know that? Posers. Try to catch each other out, hmm? Beth, you can't still be in any doubt about what we're doing here in the icebox, can you?
Have I ever been in doubt, Director?
I meant what I said about needing a personal assistant, but I must be sure of you, Beth.
Director, I've done everything I know to prove to you that I'm totally loyal.
Yeah, that's true. I gave you the servicing of the inner computer because there was no one else here I could trust with that task. But do you know what that computer is actually for, Beth?
The inner computer?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was to help you in the general line of research.
That's only part of it. There's a secret in there, too, Beth. A very great secret which you can share one day if you prove loyal enough. You doubt it. You still doubt that those volunteers, Liz and Simon, were properly selected by the computer.
Well, I had certain reasons for
You
that. but
trusted your own intuition against the clear terms of the directive. Yet, in this case, that might not be reprehensible.
I don't understand.
I think that one day, when the truth is finally known, you will come to discover that you suspected Liz and Simon for the wrong reasons. Larry was not responsible for the error in the operating process today. It therefore automatically follows that somebody else must have been.
Liz and Simon.
Someone who deliberately interfered and then carefully covered their tracks. I believe we should program a complete history of those two volunteers into our depth check, don't you, Beth? We must get at the truth.
You know, this is almost like the old time barrier.
What is?
This electronic shield or whatever they call it. I wonder how it's done. Force field, I suppose.
Who cares?
Yes, the downward thrust meets the upward attraction. Granted, the power surge is stronger.
Simon, I wish you'd stop being so scientific. How can you even bother about it? We're prisoners.
Maybe not for long.
Maybe forever. And all because you couldn't stop being curious about the longevity drug. Imagining yourself some great scientific genius.
Well, that's right. Why shouldn't I? Better than being stupid about it all. Anyway, I think I've found out now.
You always do. Simon is the
Oh,
greatest.
do stop it, Liz, and listen. It must be to do with that other computer. That small computer in the back room. Bukov said there was a testament, so I naturally assumed he meant something written down. But when you've got electronic gadgets all around you, why bother to write things down? There are far better ways of storing information.
Simon, sometimes I wonder if you're all there.
Oh, get knotted.
Here we are, just waiting to be given new arms and legs and all
Well, I
sorts
don't
of...
think it's going to happen.
What's to stop it? It's the only reason we're supposed to be here, isn't it?
But this is the future, isn't it? And I don't see how anything can happen to you in a future state that isn't actually going to exist one day.
Well, what are you going on about now?
Well, look, unless we're truly meant to come to the icebox and have new arms and legs in the year 1990, it can't happen.
Maybe we are meant to come to the icebox in 1990.
No.
How do you know?
Because if you're coming here at all, you're coming as Beth. And she hasn't got new arms and legs.
I am not coming as Beth. I won't, no matter what
Well,
they do
all right.
to me.
But you see what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I suppose I do. Oh, Simon, why is it all so crazy?
Who's there?
Mummy! Oh, Mummy, we're trapped in here. Do you know how to get us out?
No, but we must find a way. You have to get away from here, back through the time barrier.
But I can't leave you here, can I? And what about Daddy?
Oh, Liz, you must let us manage as best as we can. Our lives have been very difficult. Perhaps it'll be different for you. My life doesn't seem to have made any sense at all. I can't even remember why things happened the way they did. Coming here was a terrible mistake.
Then you mean it could have been different, Mrs. Skinner?
Well, of course, Simon. And if I hadn't let Beth go in for that intelligence enhancement course, say, well, we could just have stayed at home and somehow helped my husband build up his business again, kept on living normally.
Then that's it!
What is what?
Commander Trainer said that when we went into the past, it was because of the energy that still existed.
Him again? Why would he keep bringing him up?
But this is the future, isn't it? So the real energy doesn't exist yet. So it's got to be energy of another sort. Energy not even outside someone's mind as yet. Maybe not even outside your mother's mind.
Simon, what are you talking about?
Well, that's it, don't you see? Liz says you can't remember letting us come to the icebox. So that means it didn't happen for you as you are now. So why should any of it happen? If you simply made up your mind there wasn't going to be any icebox for anyone, then there couldn't be.
You mean I don't have to be Beth after all?
No.
And I wouldn't have to be here. Simon, you and Liz must get back through the barrier. I must be, well...
Warned, that's right, Mrs. Skinner. We must get back to our own time and warn you of all this.
Good old Simon. Always gets there in the end, doesn't he? Just too late. But why couldn't you have thought of all this yesterday? We're stuck now, prisoners. In jail.
Larry, what are you doing here? I thought you'd been confined to quarters.
Ah, that's all done with. I just got the message I'm a free man again. The director giveth, and the director taketh away, Bukov. Them as ask no questions don't get told, no lies. What's all that? The case?
Why do you ask?
Sorry.
Or just some computer tapes that I need to keep separate.
Why?
Larry, how far can I trust you?
I don't know what that means.
I'm serious. Perhaps you are never aware that Edith Joynton and I had a special job given to us here by the International Commission. It was, in fact, to keep the director under observation.
Under observation?
Yes.
But what for?
I can't tell you any more for the moment. It's only necessary I confide in someone else with Edith dead. These tapes, Larry, they're vital to the report I must make. Remember it in case anything should ever happen to me.
Bukov, old comrade. Don't talk like an old Hollywood movie. What's going to happen to you?
It happened to Edith.
Come on, Beth. Haven't you got that depth check on Liz and Simon yet?
It's proceeding, Director. Just a moment, there's something here. important message. I think you better...
Hey! What? Why are you here?
I've isolated an important message from the memory bank. I think you better...
How dare you?
You know, I allow no one in here while I'm at work. I give you privileges and you abuse them. My staff hinder rather than help me. You're all alike.
Director!
My staff hinder rather than help me. You're all... It's all right, you can cancel that depth check. I have had it on personal depth contact that Liz and Simon are the parties responsible for Edith Joynton's death.
But they can't be. They shouldn't even have been in the icebox.
What's that you say?
The computer says there was a change of plan. It even
Hey,
says...
Matt! So easily deceived? That message is a forgery? It's only a matter of clearly establishing what has gone before. No such message was ever passed to me on brain link to the computer, therefore no such message ever existed. Liz and Simon, again, I fear, tried to undermine the unity between me and the computer. Destroy my work!
Error.
Larry? Yeah. Bit warm in here tonight. Check temperature control.
Yes, Director, at once. Hi.
Larry, you come to see me.
Well, it shows me good taste. But I wanted to find out what's going on, really. Nasty to think the same heat's been put on you that I just got off me.
What heat?
The rumour seems to be the big boss is blaming you and Simon for poor old Edith now.
Oh, no, why?
Don't ask me. Did you do anything?
Such as what?
Shove a spanner in the works, maybe? Mess about with the computer controls?
No.
Of course not. Why would we do a thing like that?
There must be a reason. I'd hate to see you get in real trouble, Liz. Honestly, I would.
Oh, we'll be all right, I expect, Larry. It's just being cooped up in here that's so awful.
Yes, I know. The funny thing is, I could get you out of it. If I took it into my head.
How?
Just by blowing a fuse.
Well, come on, Larry, please.
Liz, how would it help? There's only the rest of the icebox beyond this room and the cold outside. You'd be worse off than when you started.
Larry, I can't stand being boxed in. Truly I can't. I never have. It drives me mad.
It does, eh?
I nearly started to scream a little while ago. Didn't I, Simon?
Oh, yes, you bet, and right out loud.
And if I'm left here much longer, I'll have a fit or something. Oh, please, Larry, couldn't you blow a fuse to help me?
But you can't go anywhere.
All the same, just to be free.
You're a funny kid, but nice. Why isn't Beth like you?
I don't like Beth.
Tell you what, you teach Beth how to be nice to me, and I'll let you out of jail, okay?
Okay. You mean it, Larry?
Ah, you could persuade if you put your mind to it. Twist her around your little finger the way you have me. Man was born to trouble as the sparks fly upwards. Still, since I'm used to it. Hey, the boss man is right. It is warm tonight. See ya.
Simon, he's going to do it for us. He is.
Flirt with him, though, did you?
Flirt?
It's nothing to do with me, Liz, but if you're going to behave like that with every man you meet, you'll turn out to be the sort of girl it's not very nice to know.
Larry, I've got to talk to you.
Since when do you want to talk to me?
Oh, do stop going on. You've got me in enough trouble as it is. I don't want to talk to you. I've got to. Now, listen. There was a computer instruction a little while ago telling us not to proceed with the AB experiment and not to expect volunteers. Is that right?
Well, yes, I remember that.
Then it wasn't a forgery.
Look, I thought it had been countermanded the way these things often are. The director had it all on BrainLink anyway, so he's the one to ask.
On BrainLink? For goodness sake, what's the matter with you tonight? You're rushing around like a scared rabbit.
There's something up with the heating. It's reached 25. And it's still climbing.
What?
Can't you feel it?
That's it, Liz, quick.
I just don't get it. Everything's functioning normally.
Larry, something's wrong. The heat.
We're working on it.
Perhaps that's not necessary.
What?
The needle's going down again, back to the mark.
Right, get this suit on.
There, normal again.
Just another power surge, eh?
Looks like it.
Just another break in standard process, like the water supply cut off the power, the reactor failure.
We've certainly had a lot of it lately.
Too much. And I, for one, would like to know why.
Come on, Simon, hurry up.
Sorry, Liz, I'm not going.
You've got to be joking.
No, I'm still interested in that longevity drug.
Blow the longevity drug. If you don't come now, we'll never live to use it. That's the only thing that matters now.
The only thing that matters is you get back to your mother and warn her of all this.
No!
Quick, before someone catches you.